it was said to me that the complainant had been in touch with them, and the complainant had said that they'd been to the police, and the police had referred it to the CPS, and on that basis we're going to sever your contract. It was sometime in 1997. They can't describe when it was in 1997. There were no witnesses, and she hadn't told anyone about it. It's been hard. It's been very hard, because you have nothing to go on. So I was in the apartment and I was piling. I was learning piles of script, and then showering, tea, bit of breakfast, phone, email from somebody who I don't know to say, we sent you an email yesterday but you've not replied to it, that we very much want to talk to you in an office. Please get in touch, and we're waiting for you. So of course I was thinking, well, I've had no email, so why are you being so, why is your tone so strong?
So how did you feel? Did you feel like uneasy? Like,
well, yes, of course I did. You've been called to an office, you know, by one of the executives. So it's like, okay. So then I replied to say, well, I've not received any email, but of course I'm due in very soon. Mm-hmm. So I will be there to your beck and call. I'll be at reception in 10 minutes if you want me to be. Yes, we do want you to be there in 10 minutes. Okay. And could you please arrange, we would advise that maybe your agent can be there by Zoom, and maybe he could be covered with a lawyer. So what, in 10 minutes? So of course I was like, what is going on here? The first person I call is Carol, my partner, and just like, are you sitting down? I'm just going to have to read you this email. So we're both. That's where the bewilderment started, because the bewilderment continued. So it was like, okay, well, you're going to have to go in, you know, and let me know as soon as you come out what's happened. So took me up to an office, and there were 3 people there. Once we'd all taken our position, it was said to me that the complainant had been in touch with them, and the complainant had said that they'd been to the police, and the police had referred it to the CPS, and on that basis we're going to sever your contract.
And what exactly was it that they were accusing you of, or they?
Apparently it was put to them that I had put my hand up her skirt and had a rummage around, in inverted commas, and that's the way it was put to me. It's been hard. It's been very hard, because you have nothing to go on. So how do you spend weeks and weeks with nothing to go on? Try and put yourself in that situation.
Has it affected your health? Have you sort of found yourself sort of almost?
I've tried for it not to affect me, but when I heard that last week that it had been no further action, there was quite a few hours afterwards where you could feel it just dissipating. So clearly it was there. I haven't even told my daughter. No, I don't really want to tell her. I'll tell her now when it all comes out this weekend. I will tell her, but I don't want her to. What am I going to tell her?
It sounded like the meeting was quite short and abrupt. Did you get any questions in, like, would you at least pay? Would they be paying you for your time on the show? Like, did you say? Oh
yes. There was a conversation. There was a guaranteed amount that every actor that works on any show, there will be a guaranteed amount per episode. So they said that we will be fulfilling that. But then, of course, you over a 5-6 month period, there's all kinds of other payments that you need to be on set to earn. So I lost a certain amount, but they did keep to my guarantee, and that was mentioned in the meeting. The point I want to make is more of a I'm thinking of a better word, more of a warning to other actors out there that we're only one call away from ruin. ITV told me that the police had approached them, and the police were referring this to the CPS, and on that basis we're severing your contract.
Okay.
But in actual fact, that wasn't true. I had to volunteer for an interview up in Manchester because I wanted to, we need to get to the bottom of this. So I volunteered for an interview, and within the interview it was explained to me that the police didn't approach ITV. And this sequence of events, when somebody's accused of this, people have to be questioned, and then it needs to go to a detective inspector, and he or she needs to review the answers from the questioning, and only then do they pass it on to the CPS if that's their decision. There was a phone call between myself and Alison from the press office where we agreed, well, she put it to me that maybe the statement would be that I'd left for personal reasons. So I thought it was nice of them to say that I'd left for personal reasons, which covers a wide area.
The police told you?
Yeah, only then did the police officer say to me, the allegation is this.
And what did they say?
What I explained to you earlier, that there'd been an occasion where I had approached whoever from behind and touched them on top of their jeans, and that complainant, it was sometime in 1997, they can't describe when it was in 1997, there were no witnesses, and she hadn't told anyone about it, and so there you go. That's the allegation.
Did they say who it was?
They said who it was, yes.
So did you actually know this person? Have you ever heard of this person
There's
before?
100 people who work for Coronation Street who you never get to meet, and it was one of those.
So you've never met them? But it was a name that maybe you recognised?
Nope.
It wasn't even a name you recognised? Wow, that's interesting. And you don't believe that they still work at Coronation Street now?
They don't work at Coronation Street now. Well, I have no ill feeling against the TV company, other than things could have gone a little bit better. But I understand. I understand that women have to make an allegation if there was something that happened, which happens around the country, and I think it's great that women have a voice eventually. And I understand that the TV company or any company that receives an allegation has to work swiftly. I understand those things, but what we all need to understand, viewers, public, employers, is that not everybody is guilty. So I've had to hire a media lawyer, of which there isn't a better one, to protect me, because I needed protecting. At a great cost, and then a criminal lawyer, of course, so we could find out the actual situation, and then, of course, to help me unfold the process, and an employment lawyer.
So roughly how much, if you can imagine? I mean, just to give us.
Oh, thousands.
Tens of thousands. Or
thousands.
Thousands.
Mm.
So that's obviously been another added stress for you as well.
Absolutely.
When you thought this would be a really highlight in your career and you'd be going back to Corrie.
It wasn't just a highlight, it was opening, you know, I've not really done much on the TV for a while. I had other things going on in my life, but although Catherine and I have been working on trying to improve that situation. So it was a nice new start for us. I would have been appearing on, you know, a flagship ITV show. There were 2 tweets put out prior to me actually arriving on the show, and I think accumulated it was somewhere near 500,000 people were viewing it. So it was a very popular return, and Catherine and I were going to work on that popularity. Oh well, there's lots of plans, you know, there's lots of things that happen, you know. I've written, I'm a very keen writer, and I've written 3 cookbooks, and I wanted to, there's been interest for an autobiography, so I will probably want to be one of the few people who have been in my position that would be in a position to be able to write his own, which was, you know, a nice opportunity. But anyway, everything's been put on hold. Any interest that was happening before the 1st of August was all very exciting, and it was only interest, and lots of things have to happen before they become concrete. But everything has stopped since the 1st of August, because everybody is waiting to see what happens to my personal circumstances.